Hey everybody, welcome back. I think we're on chapter 6 of our L5R campaign entitled Beyond Love and Grief. This is Blaze and Braster's first attempt at playing the 4th edition of Legend of the Five Rings. If you're interested, go back and watch the first 5 episodes. I think they're pretty good, and I think you'll enjoy them. And while you're there, go ahead and subscribe to our channel. We have a lot of good actual play RPG goodness, and we have some kick-ass tutorials as well. So without further ado, we will go ahead and get started. Mining camp. Yes, this is where you are. I updated the map a little bit. Added a little bit of gore, a little bit of aftermath, and as I am wont to do, introduction. At dawn, there was fire on the mountain. Someone a mile away would have seen brilliant sparks of orange and red leaping into the sky. The shugenja fought. He tried to flee, leaving behind him a swath of smoldering ruin and charred bones. But he was not successful. He was stricken in the leg and thus trailed a jagged streak of ruby blood that smoked and hissed on the hot ground. Escape was in reach, but it was not to be. Instead, the shugenja looks up at the brilliant morning sky. There are gray clouds, but more concerning are the long, dark shadows stretching into the west as his attackers approach. The man's breathing slows. He stops. He knows that there is no hope, and he does not trust to another day. The man loosens his obi and lays back against the stony ground. He can smell the pine and hear the birds. Oh, how he will miss these mountains where he ran and climbed and played as a child. For he knows that death has come, and he will meet it with honor. But he is thirsty, so thirsty, and his vision is failing him. And the heavens wheel overhead, even in the brightness of morning. So you have slain everybody above ground at this place. They lay around you in pools of blood that are slowly bubbling from their mortal wounds. To your left, you can hear the faint crackle and hiss of bodies burning as at least some of the Eta who fled the mine were burned in the Shugenja's last stand attack. And you see him kind of crawling away from you, trailing blood both from his abdomen and from his right leg. That right leg behind him just dragging on the ground. He pulls himself like forward inch by inch with his hands, and seeing you kind of close in on him, he just turns and stares at you with daggers in his eyes.
Shimizu steps forward, his katana at his side. Oh, look at this! A dishonorable dog has been caught, and now will be put down. He roughly kicks the man in the side.
Oh! Hey! You have bested me in battle, nameless attacker.
I will tell you my name, foul one. Muramuto Shimizu is your destroyer.
But I do not see you wielding a bow, Miramuto Shimizu-san.
Oh, that is because you are running away like a coward.
This dog meant to live to fight another day, but alas, it will not be. Please, Miyamoto Shimizu. We all serve different masters. Allow me to die with some dignity. He bares his neck.
He looks at Ishii-sama. I believe my master, Yingu Nogami Ishii-sama, the heir of Shao King, has questions for you.
Inogami Ishii approaches, his boots stepping over the ruby trail of blood that hisses and smokes on the ground. And he looks at the Shugenja. On his right is Miramoto Shimizu, and on his left is Tsurugi Hisoka. The Shugenja, whose name is Miramoto Shirzai, his pupils dilate somewhat, and he goes, I would like all of you to give me a perception check. What did we say it was last time?
It should
I
be
think
sincerity, I believe. If
I
you're,
wanted to see if you would notice his emotional state.
yeah, I believe that would be sincerity, honestly.
Yeah, I think we looked into it last time. Yep, sincerity awareness. Yep, that's it. TN is 20.
Luckily, I just took that skill. Sure, it's not
Ooh.
gonna matter, but
As long as you don't roll a bunch of ones. Hey! Oh. I thought that was you for a second.
nah.
Oof. We have such good awareness. Shit.
Onizuka's got it.
This is a shugenja that's surprised.
Yeah.
Yeah, Onizuka has been, because there are still some Eta left, correct? He didn't scorch, or did he scorch all of them?
There are a few kind of survivors there among the scorched. Most of them have burns. If you take a moment to listen faintly, you will hear some yelling from down the mine shaft. It's extremely vague and faint. You don't know how many, from what direction it's coming from, and who exactly it is.
Yeah, so Onizuka would have been tending to the Eta that were there and telling them to take from supplies of their captors, but upon seeing that there's an interrogation of sorts going on with this remaining dog here that fought them, he stands to the side for now and takes note of what he saw with the expression. He looks to Ishii. Ah, Ishii-sama. I do not think he expected you to be alive.
Is that the case? He looks down at the shugenja.
He shows clear surprise on his face that you have arrived here.
Inogami Ishii peers down, standing tall over the shugenja. This man here, Onizuka Hidetaka, he sees much that is not plainly visible to the eye of mortal man. His gaze pierces flesh and bone. You are lying, Shugenja. What is your name? Merumoto Shirsai, as I see again. And who do you serve? I, of course, serve, or at least served, the daimyo of Shaoking. But as you are no doubt aware, there is devilry afoot in that town, and I could abide it no longer. Ishii looks to him. Shimuzu-sama, perhaps you could persuade him gently to tell us more.
Soka actually
Yeah, go
is
ahead.
kind of leaning down behind him and taps the Shugenja on the shoulder. Your hands. And he kind of takes both of them and begins binding them behind his back.
So Shimizu. Hi!
You exist.
Yeah, shit. He thinks about it for a moment, and he just nods, walks over. Listen to me now. You have a choice. You can die with honor today by telling Inogami Ishidono all you know. Or I will ask one of the Ita to take up a spear and drive it through your gut. Do you want to die by the hands of an Ita or by a samurai? The choice is yours.
He looks up at everyone present there. The gleaming and swift katana. Miromoto Shimezu may provide an honorable death. But how can I unsully myself How could I sully myself before passing into the next plane by forsaking the Lord that I truly serve? No.
Your honor is already sullied by what you have done here. And he gestures over to the burnt Ita and the ones who are probably malnourished as shit. True that we are higher on the celestial order than these men, but their labors must be put to valuable use. Whoever you serve has squandered their efficiency on a feckless task. You share his dishonor. If you wish to unsully yourself, then absolve yourself of it.
Why not? Then heal me of these mortal wounds. Is there one among you with this skill?
First you ask for death, now you wish for us to help you? You are a very confused young man.
Well, the more we wag our tongues on Azuka Hidetaka, the more it's coming to my mind that I may have information that is valuable enough that you spare my wretched life.
Shimizu takes this as a massive, just this guy's begging for his life after being defeated in battle. Inogami Ishii-sama, let me fetch one of the Ita to kill this man. He deserves no honor in his death.
I do not think this is the case, Ishii-sama. There is no purpose in extending his suffering, and if he is willing to help us, we need everything we can get at the moment, I believe.
It seems the attackers at the gates of dawn have a disagreement amongst themselves. But be swift. I lose blood rapidly.
Not rapidly
Hisoka.
enough.
Yeah, Hisoka would actually kind of lean down and kind of pull a strip of cloth free, probably something extra he has, or even maybe a bit of rope. Kind of looks to Ishii-sama. Would you oppose if I wish to bind his leg, Ishii-sama?
I was going to say 9. Wrong game. No.
So then Hisoka kind of reaches down, and he doesn't know a lot about medicine. He gets the idea of, cut off the blood flow to stop it from, pouring out that hole. But that's about the gist, as he attempts to, kind of cut the bleeding at the knee, essentially, by tightening the small binding around it.
A little tourniquet on there. Yep, give me a check at 15.
Yeah, Shimizu is looking very displeased about this.
Actually, you don't just look displeased. You have contrary. You have
I
to speak
do.
up.
I do.
You gotta speak up.
Inogami Ishii-sama, this is beyond the tenets of Bushido. This man has lost and has acted traitorous to send ninjas to attack you and kill you in your sleep. This man has no honor. If he refuses to speak, he should be dealt with harshly.
His time for death will come, Miyamoto Shimizu. And watch your tongue. Your katana is sharp, but your wit often gets you into trouble, for you do not think before you speak. There will be no mercy for Shirazai-sama tonight. We seek only to prolong his life so that he may speak breath, give us information. And as Hisoka does this, the blood just continues to bubble out.
He seems frustrated. He's trying to tie it, but he sees that he's actually ended up putting pressure on it in such a way that it forces the blood out more. He kind of looks up to Hibiki pleadingly. I cannot say I know much about this.
You almost have it, Hisoka-san. Here. She kneels down beside him, and right beside where his hands are, she tries to apply the tourniquet correctly. You apply it as such. There's no need for such force. Specialized force here instead of here. Just kind of pointing out where he should apply pressure.
Nice. I see. It may be wise then for me to seek lessons, if you would be so kind as to teach in the future, Hibiki-san.
Okay. And she nods. And I would be most pleased to take on the student.
My thanks.
And she looks up. Oh, go ahead.
Oh, go ahead.
She looks up to Ishii. Ishii-sama, the tourniquet will do little, but he is stabilized for now.
Hi. And Ishii looks at the shugenja. And the shugenja notices the sternness in his voice and believes that probably he will not survive this morning. His eyes drift over the diminutive older man who's in the back. Could I trust you, Onezuka Hitataka? A clean death then. And roll me sincerity at 15. Sincerity or courtier or whatever that persuasive speech you gave.
Let's see.
There's courtier and
Courtier.
I think courtier is like offensive, right?
They're both the same for me, so I'll just
There you
do
go.
the first one I see in skills. Is it courtier's offensive, you said?
I think so, yeah. Sincerity, I believe, is defensive, but also for telling the truth.
Yeah, sincerity.
Oh, I'm not lying, so I'll
Yeah.
go that one. I'll kill him.
Well, I
right
mean, you use sincerity even when you're telling the truth, because it depends on whether people believe you or not.
Yeah, that's the thing. He wanted to know, like, if he's.
That's
gonna
why I got
divulge
fucked over in court.
it. Yeah. If you divulge this, yes, he believes you. Very well. You will know all that is in my mind. Though it may not be what you need upon your journey, my soul will at least go to ground with some remnant of honor, if it only be a shred of what I had so many years ago. And he kind of gestures over to the Etta. These peasants, they are tools for the wise. They will believe anything. Swift to anger if one knows the right lever. Like a lord forsaking his duty to provide and protect them, spending his time in Shao King with a mistress. And he looks up at Ishii with a big frown on his face. After all these peasants know that the daimyo is a sorcerer of blood magic.
Hisoka is a bit visibly taken aback at that. He doesn't quite break on, but he kind of looks to Ishii, concerned almost.
Silence! You know of not what you speak, fire Shugenja. Perhaps your flame has burned too hotly. Your mind has succumbed to its infernal fires. He spins lies, Shimizu. Ready your weapon.
Ishii-sama, if you would permit one more question from me, I would like to see how well he has crafted this apparent lie.
Hi.
And his name's Miyamoto Shirzai. I can't see it behind Aki's.
Yeah, Miyamoto Shirzai.
Shirzai-sama, how is it that you are accusing the daimyo of blood magic? Do you have evidence to support this outrageous claim?
I have all the evidence a Shugenja needs. Visions, fire and shadowy flame, nightmares that burn at my soul like a million hot embers. And there is the shadowy being that visits me in the night.
Hisoka actually kind of looks concerned again at that, and he actually breaks on a little bit. The one from the forest.
Know not what you speak.
It is like a shadow. It is there and then gone.
Many in my company have been visited by such a presence. We know him only as a viper. But alas, he has told us that the daimyo it means ill will, and that the taint runs through him. Yes, where such disease festers, there is only one way to cure it. To cut it out.
I have no other questions for this man. Nephew, if Ishii-sama directs it, please proceed.
Shimizu bows slightly to his uncle. Ishii-sama, did this man send the ninja? And he looks to the shugenja.
You heard the words of Miyamoto Shimizu. Did you send the assassins in the night? Personally? No, I did not. But there is more at work here than you perceive. There is more afoot than even I know in Ogano Ishizo. Alas, I am but a piece on the Viper's board of Go, and my use, it seems, is at an end. If I may, Miyamoto Shimizu-sama, one last word before I join the heavens.
He just looks down at him. He doesn't move because Ishii-sama hasn't told him to.
Hisoka steps a decent ways away, clear of any blood splatter.
If ever you make it to Kijo, know that the peasants there, the Eta, their passions have been moved in such a way that they are to be used against the daimyo. Fulfill the Viper's will and aid them. The Dragon Clan territory will not tolerate such corruption in our lands. And now I go to rest. And he finds the strength to come to his knees, and he bows his head.
Shimizu gives a look over to Ishii, raising his blade above his head.
Ishii looks around in case anyone's to question him more. And if not, he'll say, "Hey!"
I'm almost thinking about like not giving him a clean blow.
Man, that would be so dishonorable. Holy
But
shit.
yeah, Shimizu with Ishii-sama standing there nods, and with one swing down, cuts into the neck, hopefully through with a perfect stroke.
And there's just arterial spray that arcs out over the fire, and the blood like starts to hiss on those hot embers. And the body itself like crumples to its knees, and then he falls down to his right side. The spray of blood eases, and then you hear almost like a faucet running for a few seconds. The blood running out of him, and then all is still. You can just hear the faint crackling of the fire and a few distant yells and screams from the mines.
Well then, how should we proceed, Ishii-sama?
Something does not fit here, Tsurugi Hisoka-sama. My adoptive father was never an evil man. He had appetites of the flesh, not unlike some here. Looks over to Hidetaka. But he was not involved in shadowy matters. He was a warrior. Is a warrior. Something here is amiss.
Shimizu
So-
considers. You go ahead, Aki.
Oh, okay. Yeah, Hisoka kind of looks down to Shirzai's body. He did mention corruption, yes? Of the Shadowlands, I presume.
Hi.
I have not experienced such myself. I have heard stories. It is like an illness, yes?
From what I understand, that is the case. Though my journeys have never brought me south, anywhere near the lands of the crab, count myself fortunate to have never witnessed such a thing.
Hey, Bo, would I need to roll to know the effects of jade on someone who is tainted? Or is that common?
I think that's pretty common knowledge.
I think it's fairly common.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I do have lore, like theology and stuff, but yeah. So, Shimizu... Perhaps there is a way to find out. Jade in his palm will tell, will it not?
Hisoka
Hi.
looks at Beaky. She's the Shugenja. He expects her to know.
And out of character, I'm assuming yes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it basically begins to melt if you're infected.
Yeah, like if you are journeying the Shadowlands, you have to have Jade on you as well to protect. It's just, it's like kryptonite to...
Yeah.
Like, soaks it up until it's destroyed, and then, yeah.
Hi, we could, but she looks to Ishi. This mistress of the daimyos, how long have they been together?
Ishii is a little bit taken aback that she's speaking so openly about this, but at this point, like, they're surrounded by dead people, and they have been in each other's company long enough and gone through battle that he feels a sense of security around her. My father, Inugame Hisashi, has been always on good terms with Inugami Rin, that's her name. But these rumors started back when my mother was alive 4-5 years ago.
Do you think she may be the one with the infection, Hibiki-san?
Hey, if she is the one causing this, if she's the one going after you, Ishi-sama, to get you out of the picture, this could be part of a larger plan of hers. One more nefarious than just having her kin.
Hisoka seems to almost forget himself. You think it's to do with... He kind of looks at Ishii, and then pauses, realizing himself again. Your father's son, yes?
There are rumors that a heir has been born, yes. The offspring of Inugame Hisashi and Inugama Rin. But Hibiki, let us not get ahead of ourselves. What proof do we have of this as of yet? Although I must admit your theory makes sense. About
There is-
10 years ago even, Inugami Rin was made a widow.
There is no accusations from me regarding this. This is all very confusing. All these pieces don't quite fit together. Trying to find theories on how they fit together might assist, though we should not get caught up in them.
True. We should continue to look for evidence in order to build our case. What we have now is a clear assassination plot with the intent to kill Inugami Ishii-sama. One that also, unfortunately, cost the lives of your parents, Ibiki-sama. But it is something to keep in mind that perhaps there is deeper trickery afoot. We should not discount it.
Indeed. I suppose this Viper has something more to do with this all. But if this Viper sought to kill Ishii-sama, why even in the first place? If their issue lies with the daimyo, I don't understand.
Perhaps they think Ishii-sama is connected. I could not speak for the intentions of what sounds as if it may be a spirit.
This is true.
As there is a break in the conversation, you still hear the screaming coming from the mines. A few of the voices get a little more fevered, pitched, and desperate. You do hear what sounds like the clang of metal on either bone or stone or something else, followed by a scream.
I didn't know they're still fighting. I thought it was people yelling for help, or yelling for like people to come down and get them out, not fighting.
Yeah, I didn't realize they...
There was no... You didn't hear anything until just now. Yeah.
Yeah, Hisoka turns quite quickly. His bow is kind of still strung, but he had it kind of set over his shoulder, and he pulls it free again and takes an arrow. We should send C to the mines, yes?
Ahsoka and Hitaka, I think you have the hero of the small folk.
Hero of the people.
Hero of the people. So you might have some inclination to help, although the others might not, depending.
Oh yeah, he hears them.
Oh, they still fight below.
Indeed.
Starts walking.
And
over
Hisoka
there.
says it like it's a matter of fact. Like, oh yeah, we have to go help them now, right? Almost. As he starts kind of heading over, keeping his face towards Ishii. Pretty much just waiting for approval.
Oh, it's going.
Yeah, Shimizu looks to Ishii-sama. Ishii-sama, I do not believe you should go down there.
You
I
should
agree.
stay then, if so.
I agree. I am very injured. He kind of looks. He has blood kind of coming from his right flank.
I can
These
give you
Ita,
some aid.
these Ita sound near death. Perhaps we should leave them be. Perhaps their karma will be better in the next life. But then again, like Hidetaka-sama said, there is more evidence to be gathered here. Ugh.
You are eternally wise, Ishii-sama. And taking that as approval, he kind of...
Eternally wise.
Yeah. He takes that as approval and starts heading down.
Ishii nods to Hibiki. I would offer any aid you could provide, Hibiki-sama.
Of course. She'll do a medicine roll before heading down. Stop.
21.
Yeah.
Pretty good.
Oh, wow.
Oh!
That'd be a 12.
12 total?
I think so, yeah. She does a really good job.
It's your future husband, you gotta.
Apparently.
Oh yeah, we
yeah.
probably would have gotten honor as well for healing that guy, huh?
I think you would,
Uh,
yes.
Yeah, for an enemy. And actually, if you're,
How much?
I think he's going to get a lot since. What is your current? Like your current honor rank,
I am
Right.
at 0.4.
or you're not your status. Your status is 1. So if your status is 1,
Oh, I think it goes by honor rank, doesn't it? By your current rank,
What are you speaking of?
honor increases are based on your current honor, right?
Yeah, by honor rank. So what's your honor rank currently? 5 or 4?
Mine's 3.
3.
0.4. Yeah.
So helping.
Oh man, I saw it earlier too.
Showing kindness.
Did that? I guess helping an enemy or something.
It's in here.
I know
Aiding
it-
a wounded
aiding a
enemy.
Yeah, 6.
Yeah, you get 6. So 0.6.
Yeah, that
Dude.
takes me up to 4 actually. Then.
Do I get 6s?
Yeah, you did help him, didn't you?
If you're
What's your honor to start with?
5.1.
Ooh,
I
So you don't-
gave him a good death. Clean
Nah.
death.
True.
I could have like cut
Oh, yeah.
into his skull instead.
You give yourself a point.
I feel
You
I
did
feel like-
follow. You followed your lord's commands though.
Oh, so it'll be 6.
So you would get like 3. Why don't you give yourself 3 there, Ted?
Okay.
0.3 as it were.
hmm
So yeah, so Inugami Ishii says, Kitsuki Hibibi-san. Hibibi.
BB.
I thought that's what you said.
Hey bebe. Hey bebe. You are quite skilled. Your hands are as adept at healing as they are beautiful.
Oh my.
She gives a small smile, a very small smile to Ishii. Looks up at. Thank you, Ishii-sama. I apologize I can't do more, but when we come back, I will see how the wounds are.
Come back?
E-
I would enjoy your company so, though, Kitsuki Hibiki-sama.
Hibiki looks to the rest and looks to Ishii.
Shimizu is averting his eyes.
I will stay up here with you then.
Despite the blood and the gore and the charred bodies, it is a beautiful mountain, no?
Hibiki looks around, very much avoiding looking up the bottom. It is. I do not think I've been up this in this area before.
Kind of leans back on his elbows and watches as the others walk towards the mine. I would like to speak with you openly about some things, Hibiki-sama.
Of course, Ishii-sama. What do you wish to speak of?
Yeah, scene. You are going to stay with him then?
Mm-hmm.
Shimizu
Alright.
won't leave his
He
side.
asked.
Yeah, Shimizu won't leave his side unless he's told to. I mean, he's his Yojimbo.
Yeah, they're kind of like right up at the edge of the mine here, not that far away. So
Yeah, I mean, I just
think-
won't go in the mine otherwise. I mean,
Yeah,
he'll give him
yeah.
privacy, but
yeah, I think we will be safe here, Shimizu-sama.
are you sure, Ishii-sama?
Hi. There are tales of shugenja that can sense things from many miles away. Do you have this gift, Hibiki?
I do not, Ishii-sama. I have put my eyes and my other senses to guide me.
Suppose we will have to trust to fate then.
Hey,
Well, I will be down there. Call me if you need me. I will be up as soon as I can.
Aye.
He walks over to his uncle and... stay behind me, uncle.
As you wish.
Down.
All right, just a second. Tell
Pardon
me,
me. I thought he was gonna lead her to a fucking tent for a second there, man.
hold up.
Your hands are so nice.
Honorable.
This mountain is very beautiful.
Yeah.
So beautiful. So are these tents?
Look, I see another mountain here. They're like perfect.
This might re-aggravate my wound.
Your hands are so supple.
This is a perfect opportunity.
Oh, fuck.
Goodbye, Hibiki-san.
all right, tell me if you can't see here, Matt. Let's see.
I have sight on Ghost and
Should
Ted.
be good.
Hey,
Oh my, that looks bad.
there's a boy.
So there, it's not an elevator of sorts, but there's kind of a rail system that zigzag kind of down the mine shaft that has like some gears on it, some cranks, so somebody with a lever can probably push a heavy load out of the mine. Eventually, you kind of come across something that looks like a mine cart track, and your eyes start to adjust to the dark, but you can see on the walls there are sconces that flicker with orange flame, and you can hear from deeper in the mine just shouting, "Ah! Hey! Away from me! Away!" And up ahead of you, you can see that part of the tunnel has been caved in. With his back turned to you, you see someone with a shaved head kind of desperately pulling at the rubble. Some of the kind of wooden supports of the place have caved in. He's trying to pull away giant pieces of wood and rock, but he is not making much of a dent in it. And you just kind of hear him shout, "Just a little longer! Just a little longer! Katsu, the rest of you! You will be freed!"
Hisoka runs up without really much of a word, kind of almost shoves past the guy and begins helping pull away the rubble to try and clear it.
Onizuka does the same at a slower pace, but does try to help Hisoka.
Be careful. If you grab that rock, it might cave the other side.
He's just trying to help lift the ones that are
Oh?
not going to tilt everything.
The man kind of turns to you, and you can see that he is just a traditional monk, has traditional robes and garb on. Hi! Aid has come from on high and unlooked for. I can only assume that events above ground have transpired that I would be pleased to speak about. But quickly, thank you. My apprentice has been buried, and there are others.
Yeah, Hisoka nods. Of course, monk. Kind of turning his face towards him as he's pulling away at the rubble, trying not to, as Hidetaka mentioned, cause any more collapse, but taking away smaller stones in such a way he might open a passage to clamber through, maybe.
Shimizu stands back and says, "What is a monk doing here in the presence of that shugenja above?"
I was taken from Kijo like the others, he says, and he's kind of like not looking back at you. He's trying to clear the rubble with all of his might. I could tell you the full story, but it would be best if we did not run out of air first. And he speaks to you like he would probably. It's not an insult because he doesn't even look in your direction, but he speaks to you like he would a monk or someone of equal station.
He just stands back. He doesn't join in clearing the rubble, really.
And this gentleman, Kitsuki Tumro, the swallow, looks to his right at Hidetaka and almost like a faint shadow of recognition moves across his face. And he shakes his head. No, couldn't be. And with sweat on his brow, continues to try to dig out of the tunnel. This way! This way! My apprentice lies here! And like he's wanting to dig in this direction. You don't hear any shouts in that direction, but you hear a lot of shouts kind of from up in this direction. Go! And
oh, go ahead.
Yep, I would like you guys to give athletics at 15. If you want to help this monk, if you disagree with him, you can roleplay that as well.
So he's basically sending us after the apprentice first.
Yes,
right?
of course, he wants his apprentice.
Okay. Does it look like him and Hidetaka are pretty close?
Physically close, yeah.
Yeah. So seeing that that this apprentice presumably is almost out, he gives a nod to them. Get him out. I will deal with the Etta. He heads over to the other side and starts tearing away at the rubble there.
No! No! Help! This way!
I
Don't
will
worry.
help, monk. I will need your help to do it, though. My old age has left my knees in a poor state.
You are almost there. I will deal with these ones. Do not worry.
You are not ancient. I am but a few years younger than you, judging from the creases on your face, old man.
And together, we perhaps have the strength of one young man. Let us do it.
All right.
And Hisoka sees Shimizu and kind of turns as he's not stopping as he pulls away the rubble. Your help would be much appreciated, Shimizu-san.
Oh my
Nothing to
god.
speak of. Ooh.
What the heck? All right, and he's
Hey, man.
He's untrained. Oh! Oh my God! Oh, they had
Oh
to
my
get
God.
two.
If he's untrained, it shouldn't explode, right?
I rolled from the sheet.
I mean,
Oh.
It didn't.
Yeah.
it still keep two, yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
Oh man. Okay.
Hisoka
So
definitely
Hisoka,
did
did
just
you
make a
get
dig
yours?
at Shimizu.
34.
Yeah, I got 34.
34. Okay. So you have to get 2 successes to break through. So you keep digging. Shimizu is just being a bump on the log over
Yeah,
there.
no, Shimizu.
You have to. What's your opinion though? Because you have to give your opinion.
Yeah,
Contract.
I do not know this is worth it. The only Ita! And he walks forward, but I will do it. If it is only to silence you for a moment.
And
I think so.
Hisoka, you hear like from beyond the wall where you are, you hear another katana blade. Stay back! Stay back! And
Yeah,
But-
I'll do an athletics too to try to help him, I guess.
okay, so you'll jump in on the next round. They on the right though, they are able to break through. Just change something here. GM over. Dynamic lighting. Here we go.
Oh no.
And you guys pull this last kind of brick away, and you see what looks like a not really a samurai, but probably almost like the equivalent of a tough etta. That's probably a blacksmith that has been pressed into service as one of these guards. And he has a young man by the throat, holds him across the throat with his left hand, and has a wakizashi across his neck. It says, "No further, old man. I don't know how you cut through here, but I do not think I am ungrateful. But let me out or this young man dies."
That's fine. Leave. Just let him go.
No. The fact
No!
No.
I'm sorry. Oh my.
How could I trust you? The fact you are down here means that my company above ground have met an ill fate.
This is true. The ones above, they ran this racket and they have paid with their lives. But you have no need for such, do you? Did you serve them willingly?
He kind of starts listening to you. No. But what I have done here, I can never go home.
Home is where you make it, young man. You cannot go back to where you came from. You can go elsewhere and remake yourself if you are so ashamed. But to kill this young man in your hands, that will not help you on the path to recovery.
And he starts to edge closer and closer. And he's like going to try to, skirt along the wall, holding him in front. Very well. Leave me be. And he starts doing that. What are you guys doing?
Oh, I would attack him immediately.
Yeah, brash.
Yeah. Yeah, Hisoka's listening in. He expects either Shimizu to kill the guy, or it sounded like he was leaving peacefully anyway, so Hisoka's still working with
Yeah,
the rebel.
Shimizu gets up to the rebel. He's about to start helping begrudgingly, and he sees this guy he kind of hears the conversation out of this corner of his, peripheral, and he kind of then turns and sees what this guy's doing, and he just immediately is going to attack.
All right, roll initiative.
Okay. And luckily, my oh man,
I'm
I,
gonna kill that kid. Oh my god.
so void point only can I can add 10 to my initiative, right? With a void point, is that right?
You can.
I'm gonna do that. Oh, it doesn't even matter.
26.
So I guess I won't. All right.
Stance.
Oh, I'm full. Oh, he'll attack first, so it's on my turn, right? So I guess I started attack, right?
Yep. Yeah, you're just attacking, so let me see
suppose
here.
I should also do mine, because if I see him attack my nephew, I have no choice. Nothing for this moment, though. Yeah, that's about what I expected.
Hisoka figures these two have this. He's more worried about saving like a ton more lives, potentially.
Or just eat them.
Dishonorable.
All right, here he goes.
Oh fucking shit! Oh my god!
35.
Maybe you should have let him go.
Can't do that.
Wakizashi is all he has, I think.
Yeah, if it looks like he's getting cut into, then I literally have no choice.
Oh.
Ouch.
Oh, for fuck's
Minus
sake.
3, so 21.
21.
That puts me at 46. I'm pretty sure I'm down. Let's see.
Close.
46, I am down, yes.
So So this guy just
Actually, I'm crippled, technically.
crippled.
Yes.
Where do you want him to hit you?
Doesn't matter.
Fucking hell.
Probably your hamstring or something. So you spin. Let's say you spin to try to avoid it. You partially kind of deflected blade. It slips down your own blade and just cuts into your leg, and you feel redness spread down the back of your thigh, and suddenly your leg goes out, and you just start to drop.
Yeah. So what I'll do is, he begins to fall. I'm going to spend a void to ignore all wound penalties.
Whoa!
And then I'll full attack him.
He's 15.
I'll raise twice for damage. Let me get this set up here. So 2-1. Yeah, I'm raising twice for damage. Here we go.
This is going to be a total Steven Spielberg type of scene because I'm going to switch up to the top of the love story here in a second while this is going on down there. 42.
Holy shit.
Obviously a hit.
Right.
Yeah, I'm raising twice for damage. So let me just kind of damage. Where's... Hold on, my sheet's acting weird. Sorry. Okay.
Such a pain have to not roll with the macros.
So damage 4 goes up to 6. Yeah, that's right.
$24 puts him at hurt.
Yeah, so as he's kind of falling, he just swings his katana. He actually quickly unsheathes it because I have that as my second rank ability, as I get to draw my weapon for a free action. So as he's kind of falling, he quickly draws it and does a kind of a Ayajutsu cut almost, and just cuts into him as he's falling. Ah!
I didn't see Hisoka rolled a 28.
Oh, I rolled that
He
after
did,
the
yeah.
third. I
After.
figured I'd be in on the next round because I
Next
wasn't
round.
joining.
Okay. So Onizuka then.
Motherfucker trying to kill my family. I got no choice now.
Hidetaka, aka the finisher.
Yeah, full attack. Gotta try to end this motherfucker. Yeah, so almost regretfully, but he did strike my nephew at this point, and it's on now. Let's see. Now void points. How do they assist
Plus
here?
1K1.
You can,
Plus 1K1?
yeah, for 2 hit is, yeah.
To hit.
Okay, to hit.
And you have your TN is going to be 3 higher because you have like nicked or whatever you have.
Correct. Okay, so it's okay.
If you can use it or not, up to you. Shimizu can meditate and regain it.
Yeah, I can do a bunch of meditation stuff.
I don't want my nephew done. I don't want to. So yes, I will. So I'd have 3 keep. So from full attack and then the void point, it'd be 3 keep 2 then.
Yes.
Okay.
You got this.
You can do it.
You have to beat at 18 with your nicked.
Hey.
Yeah. Damage 15?
Yes.
That's going to put him 39. Out.
Yeah, he sees Shimizu go to strike him and thinks it's an not again. And then the guard catches him and protective instinct kicks in. No! And he draws the wakizashi and just rams it into the guard's chest as he's bleeding already. Drags him to the ground.
Hisoka sees them go down, and he kind of turns away from the rubble. Damn it! He looks to Hidetaka and the monk and the monk's apprentice. Take him out. I'll deal with Yeta. Get him back up to Hibiki-san.
As you do that, you hear another scream and oh from behind the rest of the rubble.
Yeah, since he didn't really need to get involved, he'll go right back to the rubble, continue trying to tear away at it. Should I make another athletics, or?
Yeah, but first, so the scene's going to kind of fade out real quick. Onizuka Hidetaka, you see as he strikes him down, something kind of rolls away from this guard's pocket, kind of as he hits the ground, and then we're going to go back topside. And because of the general ambient noise down in the mine shaft, it actually just, they can't hear much. It just sounds like more of the same. And even maybe some of the screaming for help has lessened. And so Inogama Ishi says, "Oh, sounds like it's quieting down there. I'm sure your uncle and Shimizu have it all in hand."
I have full confidence in both of them to handle whatever situation arises. They are extremely capable.
I count myself fortunate to be in their company on this journey. Although, I suppose it would have been better if we met on different occasions. If I would have seen your beautiful face in court, Hibiki, there would be no looking away.
Hibiki looks to Ishi. Ishi-sama, I would love to return your words of your compliments to yourself. Right now, I suffer a heavy heart with everything that has been in passing.
You are being modest, Kitsuki Hibiki-sama. You have just seen me bested in battle. Yes, I suppose these long years have made me grow soft. Back in my days as a boy when I trained with Shimu-sama, I was a warrior to be dealt with, but the court of Shao King has... well, my muscles have atrophied somewhat.
But there is always time to gain back said skill. You should... I'll say I do enjoy watching my cousin in the duels when he participates. It is a fascination of mine, I admit.
And he nods, listening, kind of reads your face a little bit as you say that you are not in the place to return the compliment.
It might be a little bit of a lie.
Yes. So, I apologize, Kitsuki Hibiki-sama. I did not know that your heart was given to another.
She shakes her head. It is not, Nishi-sama. I do not have another. My mother and father were attempting to find a suitor to match myself before the assassination happened. One of them being one of the ones responsible for the assassination. I can't remember out of character his name at the moment.
I'm going to go back to the loading page And look
Please.
at his name. Inogame Nishikuru.
Inagami Nishikuru.
Hell, I do not pity you such trivialities. As an adopted son of a daimyo, my parents have not gone to the lengths of finding me a suitable mate. But I sense distance in your eyes, Kitsuki Hibiki-sama. Almost a pain there. And though we have only known each other a few short days, perhaps at some point you can tell me what aches your heart.
She looks down slightly. There is much about us, Ishi-sama. It is not something I speak of as it would be dishonorable to do so.
We are not all perfect, Kitsuki Hibiki-sama. If you have done something shameful in the past, years and good deeds can atone.
It is what I strive for.
Well, then we will sit here and watch the pine trees and listen to the swallows. And I will leave that up to you about whether you invoke your lost lug of disadvantage or not.
Yes. That's definite.
And tell me what's going through your mind before we head back to the mine.
So, with all the compliments Ishi's given Hibi, all she can really think about is her previous love and how he used to spend time with her up in the mountains as well and watch the pine trees sway as how they spent many months together. And she kind of sits with a small tear kind of rolls down her face that she quickly turns away to dab at before resuming watching the trees.
Hi. Ishi notices this and stands up briefly and politely says, I'm going to go stretch my legs. And
Of course.
then he says, we have some time to peacefully talk. It sounds like your uncle is taking his time down there, and it's surely peaceful. And as he says that, he's like kind of walking away a little bit. And that is when Kitsuki Hibiki, you hear, "Hey!" Down in the mine, you hear the clang of swords and the rumbling as they are digging through the debris. And though you are a shugenja and a peaceful person, you love that battle, you love that action.
Oh, she does.
You may be drawn down there.
As she looks back to Ishi, she quickly stands. Ishi-sama, I think they might be having trouble down.
Huh?
I heard something. It sounded as if maybe some sort of combat going on.
Kitsuki Hibiki-sama, you are in no shape, nor am I.
I must help. I would be remiss if I did not do anything and something happened to my family members.
It's against my counsel, Kitsuki Hibiki-sama, but I must follow my heart. And that means I must follow you. Onward into the darkness.
And she gives Ishi a bit more of a small smile, more heartfelt as he's actually following her down there. And she makes her way into the mines with him.
All right. You guys should be able to see everything.
Mm-hmm.
And Kitsuki and Nugami, you're in pretty bad shape, but as you kind of limp down to the bottom of the mine, by the time you get down there, you just see the spray of blood as Hidetaka finishes off this mine guard. And his blood just splatters over here. And I'll let you guys role play that at the same time that Saruchi Hisoka digs the last of the Ruppel. So make your athletics check.
Click press button. There we go.
15. That's enough. So you clear out this area.
Yeah, he's seen the mine guard here. He hears the screams. The moment that this thing drops, he has his bow at the ready.
Hey! And as you do that, you see one of these guards kind of being swarmed by Eta. And as you break it down, he finishes off the third one as they're basically unarmed. They have like blunt pickaxes, and he has a katana, and he just like slices his head off. And initiative.
Hey.
And
Oh
Holy
my
shit.
goodness.
Oh, I love being a fucking archer. Holy crap. Oh, fuck, the mine guard, though.
Fuck, boy.
These guys are at it today.
Remember, you have posted and
Is it your strongest potion, though? I
It
need
is
only
my-
your best potion.
you can't handle my strongest potion.
But I need them.
I like this system because you guys are in so bad shape, and like the threat doesn't have to be huge.
No, Christ, just
No.
one fucking dude, and I'm like, God damn it.
I know, but
I
you guys are
can't get
already
hit.
beat up because of that other battle, so it's great.
Yeah, it's great.
Ah.
It's really good.
All right, so Saruchi, you're up.
Yeah, all right.
And these
well,
guys are like on the ground. They're not obstructing your line of sight.
Okay, cool. Yeah. So he sees this guy strike down with Etta, and he expected combat the moment he got this down after the last mine guard and the screams he was hearing. So he has his bow up at the ready, an arrow. He pulls it overhead, sets his stance, and I'll go ahead and take a shot. He wants to get rid of this guy. You can't use void on damage, can you?
Not unless it's a katana.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought so. Yep, so I will go with a shot. I will do a couple of raises, though, on... So yeah, I will use a void point. So I can just do that. So there's the attack, and this is with 2 raises. And a void point spent on it. Presuming that hits. How much bonus do you get
That does
from raises for damage?
2K0.
2K.
Oh, 2K.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Alrighty. And I'll go for that. Ooh.
Didn't roll
What
well,
other
did you?
shit? No. No, he pops an arrow into the guy, but doesn't seem to strike too deeply.
Is there music
All
going
right.
that I don't hear? I don't hear music down
Yeah,
here.
there is.
Of course there is.
Yeah.
You just refresh.
Yeah.
Let's see. What was that? 9?
Yep.
No penalty to him.
Yeah, not much.
So yeah, just narratively, it just kind of glances over his clothes and just kind of careens off into the mine. You hear it clatter. It's his turn, and he can reach you. He charges. Banzai! Raises his katana towards Saruchi. And
Oh no.
there you go.
Don't do it.
I will do it.
He's gonna do it.
Mm-hmm.
Shit. Ooh, that does meat beat, I assume?
Meat beats, yes.
Yeah,
Yep.
exactly. Beat.
Your TN is 30?
Yeah.
My undefense stance TN is 30, yes.
You're in defense.
No, that's normal.
No, I'm
stance.
in
Oh,
attack
okay.
because I had to attack.
Yeah.
It's because his what is it so high?
Yeah, I have 4 in reflexes. So I've got base TN 25, but then I also have light armor on for another 5, so it's 30.
All right. let's
Normally, if I were in defensive stance, it would be 33, and he wouldn't have been able to hit me.
see what his weapon is here. Katana. He has katana mastery. 14. Oh, it could have been much worse.
Oof. So 11 total after reduction.
Does that even give you a penalty?
Don't
not?
think it does. How does the track?
You just
it's-
look at it. It's on that one page.
So it does. If it's 11 total, it makes you nicked.
Ah, okay.
So I'll change your wound level.
So Nick plus 3. That's. I thought that was total 14. Is Nick?
No, so if you go,
Is it 10 to 14? Is Nick? Is that what it is?
yeah, yes.
Oh, okay.
Plus 3. Miramoto, your turn.
Yep,
Oh,
I'm
you're
gonna-
down, though, so, all right.
I'm crippled.
Crippled.
I'm going to spend a void to ignore my wound penalties, and I'm going to full attack. So, yeah, he's on a knee and he basically just lunges, just wildly kind of thrusting his katana up at the guy.
This guy's a madman, Shimizu.
2 raises for
No.
damage.
So you would have to beat a 25.
Sounds good.
Of course.
Fucking hell. Look at that. There you go.
Oh, he's gonna be badly hurt there. That's gonna cripple him, I believe.
Yeah,
I guess if you play this long enough, you'll have that scale kind of memorized. What was that? What was it?
24.
Total 33 total. He's crippled.
Yeah, he just jumps and lunges, and it just cuts him across the hip as he kind of fumbles to the ground again. He's unable to stand, really.
Onizuka.
Can I even get in
The
there?
finisher. The finisher.
Can I get in there? That's
Yeah.
pretty.
Get in there.
Yeah, I'll push past Hisoka again. Basically, a paternal instinct kicking in because I don't have a son, but I have a son, and running
He
there.
always rose a little bit lower in the initiative, so they're always picked up by the time he goes.
It's wisdom, it's old man wisdom.
I don't want to move too fast.
If you move slower than your opponent, sometimes you catch them off guard.
Go in with it, full attack, of course.
Yeah, Inogami's just going to go with the same time as Sabiki. Are you going to raise? No raise?
Not this time
Yeah.
because this guy's pretty trash. I'm not super worried about missing. Does it factor in the 2-1 already? Or do I have to do that in the roll?
If you're in full attack,
Yeah.
it should factor it in.
Okay. We'll see.
Maybe. Maybe not.
I don't think that did.
All right, yeah, just roll 2K watch. Okay. Yeah. I think the skills are okay, but for most of the stuff, you guys should probably just roll off the sheet. 7.
That would have hit.
Wouldn't explode. Yes, it would have hit.
Barely.
Damage is 17. That is correct there. So that's going to put him down, and you can tell me how that looks.
Yeah, so after he's been, again, badly wounded by a combination of being shot and cut up by the two others, Onizuka slips through the gap, finds his way, weasels in there, and again stabs this man in the gut, pushes him to the ground with the wakizashi.
Hisoka looks surprised as Hidetaka suddenly charges in. He kind of takes a step back, so clearly surprised, and begins scanning, looking for another mine guard, seeing none.
Yeah, you do not see any. As the din of battle starts to die down, you just hear kind of faint cheering of the Etta as they kind of gather around you, kind of like, oh, thank you, Sama, thank you, you're most gracious, thank you. And what was your name before your disgrace, Ghost?
It was, I'm from the Kitsuki, so it was, Kitsuki Hidetaka.
Kitsuki Hidetaka.
Yep.
And at that point, as you kind of rush in there, the monk, the swallow, says, "Ah, yes, that is where I remember it. It is you, Kitsuki Hidetaka, hero of the small folk, hero of these peasants. An unlooked for miracle this is." And the Eta start to kind of run out of the mine. They start to fly past you, Hibiki and Ishi, kind of just fleeing.
He's so
She's-
good.
She
Okay.
kind of stands in front of Ishi, just kind of putting herself between him and the Etta.
Yeah, the Eta will leave if nobody stops them. They're running out of the mine, like freed slaves or whatever.
Not messing with it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You
he's so
get you would get 5 honor, Hidetaka, being recognized in this way.
Glory, maybe?
Oh yeah, glory, wouldn't it?
Well, glory. Oh yes, because he's formally recognized. He's recognized by somebody. Yeah, do the glory instead. That's good.
Nice.
So, 0.5?
Yeah,
Yes.
because honor is more like an internal, the way you think about yourself. That's the way I understand it.
Yeah, but for your past deeds, he recognizes you. The past deed plus with the hero of the people advantage, I think, would grant you that. Hisoka, unfortunately, you were not from around here,
Makes
and though
sense, yeah.
I think your spirit would be uplifted by helping these folks, even though you might not let on. Why don't you give yourself like 3 honor, since
That
you?
makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I think there's something to do with that somewhere in there. Yeah.
You got. I mean,
Oh,
it's
yeah,
not.
showing
The
kindness to
Etta,
one beneath your
it's a
station
strange
floor.
contract. The Etta are less than human, but at the same time, the societal contract is that you provide and protect.
Well, I mean, are they? So they're Etta or they're peasants? Because they're kind of two
They're
different things.
we'll call them
Yeah.
peasants. They are. I think
Presumably, yeah.
it's a distinction. They're like
Hyman is really how I pronounce it. I don't know if that's how you. It's kind of funny pronunciation, but it's Heimin or something like that.
so.
Oh,
If you
it's
look,
David, yeah.
so the common folk, farmers, artisans, craftsmen, and merchants. So these are mostly peasants. There might be some of these like leather workers mixed in with them.
Mhm.
But yeah, probably mostly peasants. We've been referring to them as Etta, but these are the distinctions.
But yeah, I think you would also get honor, yeah, because showing kindness to one beneath your station is 4.
There you go.
Yeah.
Do that.
Very nice.
Yeah, Hidetaka would pause a moment before helping up Shimizu. Come now, nephew. Come on. And he reaches down. He doesn't make any show of it. He's just trying to lift up his nephew from the ground.
Yeah, Shimizu gets up very gingerly. Uncle, my leg is ruined. I cannot put weight on it.
You'll
It's
be
all right.
fine, Shimizu. Hibiki kind of hurries past.
Where's Ishi-sama?
She just gestures behind. He ventured with me.
I am here, Miyamoto Shimizu. I follow in Hibiki's footsteps. She is quite brave, it seems, even when wounded.
I am wounded beyond being able to help you, my lord.
Shimizu, I know you're a strong samurai. sit down and let me do what I do best. You will be back at decent strength in no time.
Yes, cousin. He sits down and lifts up his left leg. Oh, it's the back of my leg. Cut me quick. I need to get faster. I am slow. I am worthless. Like a dog.
Here, drink this. And she gives him the last. Well, she gives him the potion. A very strong potion of half inner peace. So that's the healing.
Yeah.
So I have to roll for that though.
Could you do like just a medicine roll and that?
Yeah, that's what I was planning on doing.
Yep.
Hisoka kind of
Ugh.
looks around, setting his bow back and pulling the string away now that it looks clear.
Matt, is that you're casting on me, or is this just the potion?
That's the casting.
So the TN's casted on me by a friendly spell. The TN is -5.
Oh,
it'd be
that's good.
5. So difference of 7.
It's actually a lot less. Like a lot. I'm gonna spend a void point to get rid of the.
Oh, because you have a
lost
penalty.
love. Yeah.
Wait,
just to get
Do,
rid of
do
that.
you mean as in the TN is lowered, or
Yeah. So if a hostile spell targets me, the TN is raised by 5. If a helpful spell is targeting me, if they have a TN to roll against, it's -5.
yeah? So
But it's a
easier to
wash
get-
because she has a penalty of 5 anyway, though, because of her wounds.
Oh, so it goes
But
off,
that-
correct?
But it would go off, yeah, it would still hit.
Be fine. So it works. I think. Oh god.
Well, with the lost love,
I used a void point to
void
get
point
rid
to
of
get rid
that
of that. Okay, good.
because it's a big bad. Let's see. Spell restores number of wounds equal to.
I think it's a pretty costly disadvantage, though, isn't it? I mean,
Oh god, it is.
it's you got some XP, so
Just
I'm gonna
cost her a void point.
yeah, I'm gonna
So
vote
yes.
this quite a bit.
So the TN would be. Is it 5 then?
It would be 10, so you'd
To be 2.
it'd be- yeah, so you would get 2.
Okay.
2 points back, and then I'll do medicine. Magical healing ain't shit.
Man, I'm gonna have to lay in bed for a month.
Or I could heal you daily, at least.
We got places to go, people to kill.
Minus 5. So 18
You've got a bed
there.
to rest in, is what you have.
That spell is that bad? Let me look at this text of that.
No, right? I think it's because I roll.
There's
For some
not really
reason, the
much in
roll
the
is
way of
so
That roll, that
low.
roll, that roll
To,
wasn't very
to be
good.
fair, still low level. Later on, it gets a lot more traction.
What's what
Yeah.
how much did I get back from that?
Oh, I gotta roll for
Oh,
the
okay. It's 1K1, right?
that one.
Yeah, that's right.
Another, how many times
Right.
now is that?
Oh, thank you, Hibiki. It's so great.
She used all her skills on Ishi.
Your inner chi has been wasted. Yeah, he just grunts.
He kind of turns back and. What is this? On the ground.
I do not know.
She'll pick it up, whatever this little canister is.
You pick it up. It's kind of a scroll case. Has some kind of generic Dragon Clan ornamentation on the outside of it.
She turns to the monk. Is this yours?
9.
When did
No.
we get you from me?
No, it is not mine. I saw its roll from that stricken god's belt when he was destroyed by the hero of the people, Kitsuki Hidetaka.
And he acknowledges it this time, and he breaks on for just a moment. He breaks face for just a moment and has a scowl before he catches himself.
That name is dead, as well as the man who used it. I am Onizuka Hidetaka, Please refer to me as that.
Hi, Onizuka Hidetaka-sama. Although my respect will be not lessened in any way. Katsu, my apprentice. This man helped the small folk, even when it did not benefit him. I cannot say as much for all samurai, but the heavens do smile upon us from time to time. As a monk, you will find yourself in odd situations. You will be just at home, dispensing advice to a farmer, as you are in court, if you are lucky enough to be counted among the very wise. And he just kind of puts himself to the side. Katsu, my apprentice, observe the workings of the samurai. And you have the scroll case in your hand, and you can do it with whatever you want.
Hibiki will slide out the scroll and open it carefully.
So you open it carefully, and you see, give me a courtier at 15, anybody, or 20 actually.
Oh boy.
Hidetaka could as well, if you would like.
I would like to do that.
And Courtier base is awareness?
Hisoka looks over his shoulder. He'll give it a go, but he doesn't really know much about it.
Yep.
Oof.
Okay, so you guys, at first glance, you can't read it. You could probably decode it if you took time, but it is written in some sort of cipher.
Hisoka
What's the
get it?
I was gonna say, yeah, Hisoka kind of leans over his shoulder. He's looking at it. He doesn't know too much.
Yeah,
about
you
it.
would obviously tell, it's in some sort of cipher.
Okay.
Something that that you would know is not uncommon when passing messages back and forth between towns, villages, clans, or even in subterfuge and that sort of thing.
Interesting.
We should get this deciphered. This could be more evidence to point to whoever's the real cause of this.
True. I could try my hand at it over the course of time when we travel back. I think Shimizu-sama needs greater attention than what he has. He has many wounds.
That's certainly true. Perhaps we should start heading back to town. Or at least rest for a
No, do not wait for me. If you need to go on without me, I will stay behind and catch up later.
We wouldn't have to leave anyone behind had you not attacked impromptu.
Nah, he could not leave. He would have killed that man anyway.
What is done, and we will need your blade, nephew, and your wisdom as well.
Thinks about that one for a while. Put it aside.
No, this, you promised yourself in service to Ishii-sama. You must be given time to serve at your best. We can still figure things out while you rest.
If it is what Ishii-sama wishes.
Hi. We should all stay and rest at least somewhat. If we were attacked upon the road, we are in no fighting shape. At least one day of rest would do us well.
I think we all need that.
Indeed.
In the meantime, I will look over this scroll and see what I can decipher from this trickery that has been weaved into the words.
We should depart from this mine here.
Yes, I agree.
He will start to make his way out and look at all the dead and just kind of shake his head, disappointed.
Hisoka leads the way out, stringing his bow back up once he gets to the top, just to keep watch over everything as the others come up.
And as they start to leave, the monk kind of tugs at Hidetaka's sleeve of his kimono. Please, Hidetaka Domo, if I may offer you my service and the service of Katsu here. He is a hard-working boy with a strong back.
In what capacity do you hope to serve me? You are...
And he didn't properly introduce himself, did he?
He has only said that he is a monk who currently was in Kijo.
He goes, what?
He was abducted, but nothing else of his history, no.
I do not
If he was
think
down in the south. Yeah, if he was in the south and knew you or whatever from that village, then he's obviously like a traveling monk.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I do not believe you told me your name.
Hi, my name is Kitsuki Tomro. They call me the Swallow. I am but a humble traveling monk and purveyor of prayers and unwanted advice.
Perhaps we are related, or perhaps not. What services are you trying to offer me, Tumuro-san?
I am wise in the way of the birds and the bees. I came out wrong.
Good. I like you. He's gonna love you. Tell me how to do it.
Face this evening.
I am wise in the way of the kami and their influence on the birds, the trees, the streams, and the running river. I do seek to curry their favor from time to time. But if you ask sincerely, Hidetaka Domo, I ask to I only ask that eventually to return to Kijo. There are good people there. They are men and women of the earth, and I would not like to see them meet an ill fate.
Do you believe that that is our intention?
All paths will eventually lead you there. I am sure of it. But if not, then it is the will of the kami. And I will serve you and your lord for the kindness you have done here. And you twofold, Hidetaka Domo. For so long ago in the south, near Deep Toe, I witnessed your mercy firsthand and the righteousness of your heart.
I am far too old for anyone to be serving me other than that foolish Bugeisha that I left back at my establishment. You can follow me if you wish to provide aid to Ishi-sama, who will be the rightful heir to Shao King. But you owe me no favors, Tumuro-san.
Hi. And Katsu kind of looks over Tumro's shoulder at Ishii. And Ishii just gives a curt nod to Hidetaka. Bring them along. They will not be a hindrance. And as he exits mine, he says, they are the only one not beaten and bloodied here.
Hidetaka thinks on that and nods.
And Hidetaka Domo, that will simply not do. San is fine, or Onizuka. I am no longer considered worthy of respect by the Celestial Order, so I would not recommend showing it over much.
Hi, your wish is my command, Hidetaka-sama.
And he shrugs and walks towards the mine shaft.
You guys all come up top. As I misclick on my hotbar in my browser and exit to the work schedule.
All right.
There you go.
Perfect.
As you exit the mine shaft, you are hit by bright, brilliant light. It's probably like 8 or 9 in the morning at this point. You can smell the charred flesh, although the flames have died down, and the ash is cooling and blowing about the camp like ash. And I'll let you guys role play this out as you guys kind of climb out of this mine, all bloodied and hurt.
Well, Shimizu, when he comes out, he is barely putting any weight on his left leg. He puts his toes down and maybe gets to the sole of his feet and limps and limps and limps and limps and seems very awkwardly moving. He's grimacing. You can tell he's keeping a straight face, but he's gnashing his teeth pretty much as hard as he can. He has a wrap on his leg from Hibiki, but it's going to take days, if not weeks, for him to be fully healed. He inwardly is cursing himself for his lack of skill, he thinks, even though, they've won the fight. He believes that potentially, because of his injuries, he's not going to be able to serve Ishisama, and it's weighing on him as a defeat in his mind, as his duties will be pretty much useless for the near future, at least. Doesn't speak, though.
As they head up, Chisoka takes steps forward, going ahead of her. Ibiki would catch up, and if she's injured, make her way towards. Hisoka-san, do you mind if we converse for a moment?
Yeah, he turns. Of course. What is it, Ibiki?
Ibiki pauses to think for a moment on her. Your fight in the last battle and those upcoming have been brave. I did have reservations against you due to how you came into Ikjo and everything that transpired afterwards, but I see by your actions and not just your words that you are both an accomplished samurai and someone that can be trusted.
Hisoka, actually, you would kind of see him break face just a bit, a grin cracking open onto his face. That is quite kind of you, Hibiki-san. I am honored to receive your praise. It is, as I said before, though, distrust is understandable given the situation.
If I continue to distrust, I feel as if I would be looking two ways in the battlefield when I should just be looking one.
Well, you have my thanks then for your trust. And you have mine.
And she bows her head to Hisoka. I am glad. I do look forward to going back to the city. As
Ikcho.
Ikcho. Oh yeah.
How do you guys?
I wasn't gonna sing it, but I look forward to heading back to Ikcho.
There are probably 24 NPCs in like what 4 or 5 towns at this point, so forgiven.
Just to have to listen to a child laugh again would be nice, and not to hear the creaking of bugs in the middle of the night. Be most pleasant.
I suppose so. Indeed. I look forward to return myself. Hopefully Nahud is doing well.
I'm sure that Uncle's Budoka is doing a fine job. I just hope she does not, overtax him.
Well, she can be quite well behaved when she wishes to be. Usually around myself, and it remains to be seen.
We will see. He will not tell us if she has been overtaxing. I know he will not, but we will
I'm
see.
sure it will be evident.
Gives a small smile to Hisoka and gives him a pat on the. We should make sure the others are alright.
Of course. Thank you again, Hibiki-san, for everything up until now.
Thank you, Hisoka.
And do not forget, you have need. Do not be afraid to call upon. As distant as it may be, we are still kin.
I will take you up on the offer one day, Hisoka-san. And she heads back to the rest.
Hisoka takes to scouting the area, kind of heading along behind the tents, securing the perimeter, essentially.
The only thing you come across is Katsu out there already gathering firewood without being asked, and down the ways away you see the monk down gathering fresh spring water from a babbling brook. So you see everything on the mountainside seems to be relatively peaceful at this point as time passes. Shimizu and Hidetaka, what are you doing?
Hidetaka, he takes a seat next to a campfire and kind of looks over his own wounds. Notices they pale in comparison to everyone else, so he makes no fuss of it. And does Hibiki still have the letter, or do I have it?
I think you'd have it.
Yeah. So he'll pull out the scroll and start to look it over, find a flat piece of wood to stretch it out on, and start trying to go over what he knows of it.
Yeah, so it's about 9 in the morning now. The scroll will take a couple hours, 3 to 4 hours to translate. It's going to be a TN 25, either investigation or Cordier.
We're all in a strange place tonight with our thinking.
Engage you to do it.
You got to make the roll. Basically, it's going to cost you 3 hours until
Okay.
every time you hit it.
So investigation. What do I have? I think I have a void to spend as well. So that would I get a free raise, I think is what it is. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
So TN 20.
Yeah, what I would do is I would just decrease your TN for that.
So TN 20 from the free raise on my investigation skill roll, being part of the Katsuki family, and then I will spend a void point
Give you
as
some
well.
extra dice, and then you have a +3 penalty. So the TN will be 23.
Yes. So for that, is it 1K1 for the void?
I believe
How
so.
is that? Okay. So 1K1, 23 TN. Right.
Did not go through. Oh, there it goes.
There it goes.
Whoa!
Oh yeah, and I thought so, and I just checked
One
it.
of them exploded twice.
Oh, shit.
Wow.
Right.
God.
I was gonna say
So-
the TN is actually lower than you thought too, because free races don't increase it.
That's correct.
Well,
Free races
Well,
don't.
it was because I'm hurt. I'm hurt.
Oh,
so I have the nicked thing for anyway.
and since it's not going to give him any more information,
Oh, yeah,
this
yeah.
is a scroll. But I would say with this roll, by 9:30, you got it figured out. It would take an average human till noon at least. But lo, your many years of experience, you have run across this cipher many times, Hidetaka-sama. And let me change this message.
Just experience it go.
That's right.
So sobriety has revealed my terrible genius.
Save changes, and now you should be able to see it with the text underneath. See it? There you go. And you can read that, and read it to your folks, or read it yourself, or whatever.
Yeah, once he knows what it says, he would head over to the group, or at least to Ishisama.
And you guys can smell. Katsu has returned with firewood. There's a fire crackling there. He has a basket of fresh blackberries picked from the mountainside. And Tumuro is putting a bunch of wild roots and stuff into a pot that's hanging over the fire. And you can start to smell that roasting, like carrots and that sort of thing.
Yeah. Hidetaka will come over, and he'll just kind of start reading it to the group of them. Your work in the mountain mine, he'll have the paper in his hand, is much appreciated. Keep the Bonge and Hinin busy, but do not forget to stoke their resentment. Though even the most pious tradesman or gravedigger may be placid on the surface, like a calm lake on a windless morning, the desire for honor burns in all dragon. Stoke their hatred, fan the flames of their anger, so that we may use it at the appointed time. And when the time comes, their labor will see fruit. They will turn ore to swords, leather to armor, and their fields in the valley to fuel for war. Bide your time. The heir of the daimyo has no doubt been slain, and the snake of chaos will soon slither from its lair. He rolls the scroll up. This is a very compelling piece of evidence, Ishisama, that we should keep close to our chest, but it speaks of a deep evil brewing in your home.
Indeed, it sounds quite bad.
As you no doubt realize, I have no part in this wickedness. Still, there's something amiss. I suppose we will have more time than we anticipated to ponder these questions while our wounds mend.
This confirms to me, Ishisama, that while your father may perhaps have his designs on replacing you, there is a third party seeking to sow the seeds of chaos and take advantage of a potential family dispute. Their attempt to remove you seems to be somehow related to trying to draw out your father into a dangerous situation. This smells of uprising.
My father is a brave man, and not one to easily shirk his honor. If the field of battle was presented before him, he would no doubt be eager to meet it. This plan is most devious. But alas, we cannot bring this to court in King. At least not yet. There is a metaphorical pit of vipers. Shall we return to Ikcho? They did not believe us before, But perhaps with this piece of evidence, the daimyo will have second thoughts. Yet there is a
And-
third way. To go to Kijo.
I think the more evidence that we have to present to the court in Icho, the greater your case is to level against your father, if that is the means of what the issue is, and also these dangerous men that are trying to take advantage of the chaos.
I will meditate long on this. But I do not find myself alone in this decision. Ebiki-sama, Soka-sama, and most wise Shimizu-sama, who is always eager to give an opinion. What are your thoughts on this mystery before us?
I would tend to agree with Hidetaka-san. Whatever we can gather that improves our odds, I think it is worth it.
Shimizu grunts. Hibiki-sama was well received at court. Let her speak on our behalf. There is only so many of us to do what we can do. Bringing the daimyo of Icho into our good graces would be wise.
I will. If you will allow me, I will speak on our behalf.
Hi. I am an outsider, Kitsuki Hibiki-sama. But how can the daimyo refuse such lovely words coming from a person of honor? Twice. It is unthinkable.
I will do my best to convince them. Ishi-sama. Presented with this, I am sure they will see. I gesture to the note.
Aye. We will use what daylight we have left here to scour this camp for evidence. Then, when night falls, I suggest we return to our camping spot at the foot of the mountain. Then he starts to think on it. He just starts to hesitate a little bit as he remembers all the insects that were down there.
Perhaps we should take this camp, Ishi-sama, and make it our own for the time.
I would not recommend that, Hisoka-sama. Though it would be convenient, we cannot discount the possibility that our enemies may seek to check in on their establishment. And if they've found a few of us sleeping here with our injuries, I am not so certain of our success on that field of battle.
I suppose you are right. But in that case, it may be a good idea to go after Kubo instead, in case they try to track us back. I imagine after something like this, they would expect us to return to Icho and recoup. But if we were to continue on... It was Kubo, right?
Kijo.
Kijo.
Why
If we
can't
were
you
to
remember
continue
that?
on to
Oh, man.
Kijo, then perhaps we might be able to lose their trail.
It is up to us together to decide, but I do not believe we are in the state physically to attempt some kind of trickery. I think in this case we must concede and do what our enemies might expect and recover from our wounds. Not only that, there is still the matter of that assassin we must pick up on the way back as a character witness, as a evidence, witness to everything that occurred.
This is true.
Aye. Your memory is long. I have nearly forgotten about that man. I agree. We should return to him. By my estimation, we could make it there before evening. Then perhaps find somewhere to shelter that is warm and dry.
Yes. I think that we check these tents and then we leave, if that is Ishii-sama's decision.
It is.
Hi, and he will stand up and start sifting through some tents until we leave. In case there's other evidence.
We have until the monk's pot boils to gather evidence. Otherwise, we must leave in haste. For I fear what you fear, Hidataka-sama. That the messenger of the enemy may return to this mine for report. When he finds his shugenja slain, well, there will be much explaining to do, and I do not intend to be here to explain it. Alright, you want to do investigation rolls?
Yes.
Alright, I'm testing my imagination here. Okay, here we go.
Free raise for me.
TN will be 20.
Nothing.
Untrained investigation?
I'm only Kitsuki in name.
She is Kitsugi in name, not in function. She went to the spirit school instead of the detective school.
You are correct. I am not in function, as I am not a functioning alcoholic.
27.
Neither am I. I am functioning completely sober right now. And I still have better eyes than you.
Okay, let's see here. What do you find?
More dead people.
A bill of sale.
Yeah, that would be good, actually. So what you find in one of the tents is a report reporting back to Kijo of the amount of ore that has been recovered, and then reply to that with a number of swords and other weaponry that has been forged in Kijo. The reason behind it is all kept very vague, and parts of the messages are in cipher back and forth. But it seems that this mine is being kind of giving Kijo ore to build weaponry and armor and that sort of thing.
Mm-hmm.
So don't forget, make a little note in your sheet.
I will.
Trusting someone else to keep notes.
Absolutely.
I've got it. I'm on the case.
Nice. Yeah, Hisoka looks about, not finding a whole lot. He'll spend a fair while kind of watching the tree lines and stuff. I assume everyone's going to eat there.
Of course.
Inugama Ishii certainly eats some of these parsnips and carrots.
Yeah. Hisoka will, while they're kind of resting and recouping there, he's got his rations. He's not that worried about having something that fresh. He is actually going to spend a short amount. Then while they do that, trying not to stray too far away, but pretty much watching for any passing deer or anything similar. Should I bother making a hunting roll, or do we not have...
If you want to sully yourself with such things.
Yeah. So I'll go ahead and do that.
Yeah,
Nice.
you see a doe prance by. Her name is Bambi.
Yeah, Hisoka sees the deer heading past, and sure enough, he levels his bow up into the air and drags it down. Just as it meets the cheek, it looses the arrow, finding the heart of the deer. Not much longer. Again, he didn't go. Heads over and he'd actually head over to the commoners, where the Etta and the Bonga and everything were. He would let them know about the deer.
Yeah, they're all gone, but Katsu would certainly be willing to.
Oh, they just straight up left. Okay, I thought
Yeah,
they were like,
they ran back home, man.
yeah. He'd tell Katsu then. If you head just off that way, into the wood, I had some time, and thus I found a deer. Feel free to take of it as you will.
Hi. Thank you, Hisoka-sama. I will dress this deer and bring what sustenance I can to you and yours, if you would deign to eat such things. Aye, it may not be of your station, but it will provide you strength at least. Yeah, he disappears, and
Yeah, Hisoka doesn't directly respond to the mention of eating meat, but his mood is definitely clearly lightened in the situation.
I think what I read is, I mean, they do eat meat occasionally, but like they certainly won't touch it, prepare it.
Yeah,
Am I right in that?
you'd mostly see like unicorn eating red meat. Aside from that, you'd expect more than anything Etta even to eat red meat, as far as I understand. Some I'm sure there's some mantis that might or would at least, but they're even pickier about
Well,
their sushi. And
yeah, there's
stuff.
going to be a huge fish diet, right? That's going to be...
Yeah, exactly. More so than anything, the cultural aspect that would maybe allow some of them, but generally speaking, you'd see the unicorn. I know it spread to some other like subcultures and stuff, but I'm not sure how. Hisoka, though, no one knows it, but he does partake on occasion. Of course, not in front of a lord or anything, because that would be a bit bad for his image.
Yeah, a couple hours later, I guess Katsu would come back with like not the entire deer, but like a backstrap, the big like psoas muscle slung across his back. And at that point, everybody's kind of packing up to leave, and he would just wrap it in a piece of cloth and probably carry it with you guys, and you would have it to smoke or something like that if you needed it at some point along the road.
Yeah, Hisoka's intent is generally for it to probably he would probably actually have like dragged it to a more open spot somewhere that a predator might spot it, just by the actually it didn't have a horn, did it? Yeah. Then in that case, yeah, he would have tried to make sure it was in an open spot, but he wouldn't have done all that much. He's expecting the wolves or something similar to get to it in no time. It and the rest of this camp.
Ah, that makes sense. Okay, got it. That's what happens then. So wisely, you lure the kind of destroy all the evidence and stuff of the dead bodies. And so you guys head back and pick up your prisoner?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yep. So as night falls, you come down the mountain, and in the distance you can hear a bubbling stream as it kind of careens down from the mountain, bringing the freshly melted snow of spring down in crisp pools and eddies in white water as they kind of careen over the rocks. It's been a night, but you still find Otsuku Iazo lashed to the tower here, with his lips cracked his head bowed, and he's looking at the ground, muttering a prayer to the kami. Aye, Ishi says. Miki, Shimizu-sama, Hisoka, Hidetaka. Our captive still lives. Fortune is with us. We not only have the word of Shugenja, the scroll, the letter and bill of sales, but we also have a first-hand witness. Although the word of a ninja may cast doubt in court, added with the other evidence, I think we have a hard and fast case.
Indeed. Hisoka will head down to the river. Take presumably some kind of cup he would have. Of course, not his teacup, but something he would carry for travel, and scoops up a bit of water from the. Takes it over to Yazo.
Hey!
Drink.
Domo!
Holds it.
Domo! Thank you! Thank you, Sama! Domo, thank you! He laps it up eagerly. The water splashes over his chin and over the stubble that has grown there.
Well then, I suppose if all of you would like to hold position here, I can see about finding us a more comfortable place to rest for the night.
Somewhere dry with less insects, please.
Yes, of course. And I suppose I'll do another hunting roll to find a good place.
Sure.
Whoop.
Indeed. No millipedes, no centipedes, no spiders, no ticks or leeches.
Yeah, he doesn't take all that long before he returns, leading everyone back to a decent little alcove near a cliffside. Not quite enclosed, but the trees are dense around the area, and it is quite dry, luckily. Seems whatever water flows down the mountain flows down a separate slope, leaving this rather rocky area suitable to set up a camp.
If there's any RP to happen in camp, we can do that. Otherwise, the night will pass and we will move on into Ikcho.
Sounds about right.
Time to play Go, or at least roll for it.
That depends. Do you wish to lose again?
I wish to win, but I will play your game. Oh, God.
I suppose I have much to learn as well. Perhaps a tournament is in order.
Onizuka will play anybody and go. If asked, absolutely.
Hey.
I just added a skill point to it. I can beat you again.
Yeah.
Oh, that's pretty good.
Yeah, the concussions might not help though. And the, lack of blood.
Oh, true. That's at least -5.
But,
Find me
It's going to be
through.
-3.
yeah, mine's mine.
Wow.
I just got fucking flambasted.
Wow. We see what the ranking goes.
Of course, I'm negative 20, so I don't have any more void to spend. Oh, I would like to do my meditation. Though.
Hibiki's more wounded though, so she'd lose it.
She does. -5.
So Onizuka, his experience wins, and they spend the night in relative comfort as Hisoka finds a cliff with an overhang, and it's dry, and it's on a rocky creek bed, and there are no creepy crawlies there, and they all get a decent night's sleep. You can all give yourself a night's rest worth of HP back if you would like.
I
How much
would.
is that?
It's your
How much-
insight rank times. It's your stamina times 2 plus
I have
insight
it.
rank, I
have a
believe.
handout. I have a handout
I'm pretty
here.
sure. Stamina times 2 plus insight. I'm pretty sure that's what it is.
Healing wounds. Here we go.
5.
Stamina trait. Twice stamina plus insight.
Alright, so 5 for me.
7.
Yeah. 5. Huzzah.
You and your terrible stamina. No wonder your wife left you.
Oh,
So brutal. So mean. Oh my gosh.
That's internal.
I'm already at just grazed. Just from that.
Fucking hell.
So I'll let you guys RP it out
I'm
as you.
fine.
The next morning you wake up, you probably make it into Ikcho at around 10. Business is starting to get back to normal a little bit in Ikcho. The bodies are gone from the streets. People are out on the verandas sunning, not like sun tanning, but they're enjoying the spring.
Get the 2 pieces on.
And you guys enter the town from the north, passing past that hallowed estate that is Kitsuki Hibiki's parents. Not even dare treading there, for the ghost of memories and things lost is too great. And you enter town with Otsuku Iazo probably bound and a pocket full of evidence.
On the way in, Hidetaka might try to speak with Hibiki, just the two of them.
Mhm.
Hibiki-sama, a moment, if you would.
Of course, uncle. What do you need?
I am just thinking of the best ways to present the evidence. Of course, Ishii-sama will be presenting it, but I would feel you are the one who is best skilled to bring this to the court's attention, given your status and unquestionable honor.
I must bring this to my other uncle first. He is the one who instructed me with this.
Of course. I merely wish to make sure that, well, I would never presume that you are not experienced in court, but I wanted to let you know. If you wish any of my wisdom in what should be said or not be said, or any questions as such how to present this, I merely wanted to let you know that my aid is available to you as always.
Thank you, uncle. I will take you up on that aid, as this will be my first time presenting an investigation.
Very well. Just let me know what you wish of me, and I will be happy to aid you. The most important thing is the sequence of events you must lay out, and of course the physical evidence. And he would hand her the cipher.
She takes that.
And
So-
I'll write out for you a letter for like the sales and stuff. That would be kind of cool.
And she takes that. I will have to plan out how to present everything, yeah, in order to make a sound argument.
Very good.
Thanks, son.
Thank you, uncle.
Of course, Hibiki-chan. He keeps John quiet and smiles at him.
And she gives him a small smile and smile.
Otherwise, I think we'll end it there as we head into town.
All right.
I gotta get
We
up,
did it. Yay.
I gotta get up at 6, so keep it short. 9.
Excuses.
It's not a little while to bullshit this at this
Sweet.
point, so that's good.
Hooray.
All right, thanks for playing, everybody.
Of course. Thanks for running. That was great.
Hi.
Another 10, I assume?
15?
5.
Oh yeah, did we
Ah.
get any glory for that?
Yeah, 10.
Ah,
10 is good. 10 is good.
10.
Yeah,
XP.
glory is the question.
Yeah.
Or
Uh,
yeah, or status. Actually, I mean, I don't know. We're all status 1, or at least I'm status 1.
We did survive a battle. I don't know if it counts
I'm
as warfare.
status 2 in
I
court.
think as soon as you
Oh,
enter
yeah.
court, I think as soon as you guys roll in now, all that stuff is going to change.
Yes. I was
Yes.
gonna say because I know we get at least 1 glory point for defeating bandits, Ronin, etc., and that was like a couple of instances of it.
Right, when it's formally recognized. And
Mhm.
what you guys, what the next session, I'll let you guys guide me. I mean, we have like probably 2 weeks, I think, probably until the next one. Something like that.
Okay, cool.
Maybe a week. I don't know. But it's not like tomorrow. You guys can tell me how you want to play it.
Nice.
But I thought what you would do would probably come in, kind of plan your presentation, get your PowerPoint together, and then, I don't know, rest up or heal up and bring it in to court.
Yeah, it's up to Hibiki. Hisoka does not know shit for courtier. Although, actually, I might put a couple of points in that, honestly, because
I know much
He has
about
to do too
courtier,
much.
but
Mhm.
Although I guess
Unfortunately,
since
there's not a Bluetooth headset earpiece that Hibiki could.
it's unfortunate.
Give me magic.
maybe she has a spell for it. You need to start learning some air stuff.
Oh, I did get to rank 2 though.
Unless you're willing to take the honor hit of having me sit next to you in court, I think you should probably.
I could.
Just at the other end. Don't forget that.
Yeah, a whole lot of coughing. Is your uncle sick? No, no. The air is very rough today.
Bark, bark.